Imagine having total control over how you direct your mental energy. Well, I can't tell you exactly how to do that. I can give you a good little trick that will help you set your phone up so you check those daunting apps as little or as often as is best for your productivity. Some of us finish our days reflecting on some of the energy wasted from checking our apps. If we're being honest, this goes for more of us than it doesn't, especially while we're working remotely. If we're being even more honest, some of us check these apps without any notification or prompt during virtual meetings. If I made you bristle, keep watching. I have a tip for you. There's a built-in way on an iPhone to limit the daily and weekly amount of time you use specific apps on your phone. And this is in the settings function, so it's not an app you have to download. It comes with. Personally, I've been known to delete and re-download energy vampire apps such as Instagram regularly. And this is an effort to limit my use of those apps. But nothing has proven to be as useful and as trusted of a bad habit breaker as what I'm about to tell you. As in James Clear's Atomic Habits, the more obstructions you can place in front of a bad habit trigger, the better off you're going to be. That's paraphrased, that's not a quote. The simple process of controlling the amount of time you're allowing yourself to spend on certain apps is as follows. Just go to settings, scroll to screen time. Once you get to screen time, scroll down to app limits. And in app limits, it will first ask you if you want to turn on app limits, and you have to move forward in this process I'm telling you about. Scroll down to add limit. When you set app limits, the menu is divided up into app categories. So I'm going to, on the bottom, and let's say I'm going to add a limit to, let's say Snapchat. Limit my Snapchat use per day. That's under the social networking category. Select Snapchat. Click next. And let's see, I'm going to set the timer for my daily Snapchat use to 20 minutes. That is very generous. If I use it more than 20 minutes in a day, I might be using it as like my phone. You can call people on Snapchat. So I'm going to click add. I've left, it says 5 minutes remaining for Snapchat. Now Snapchat's added. I highly recommend if you do this, that you just make it up as you go. If you notice you're spending an inordinate amount of time or using an inordinate amount of energy checking apps when you don't have notifications for them, then I recommend you just add 1 or 2 apps at a time to your app limit set. While you can override these app limits, it just becomes another layer or obstacle for you to break the promise to yourself that you're not going to spend all day checking your apps. Other ways of self-disciplining your phone use can include batching, which is checking during specific windows of time, betting your friend that you won't check certain apps a certain number of times, and then grayscaling. Grayscaling probably goes in second place in these practices. It is just making your screen black and white, as plenty of apps have color psychology to entice you to repeatedly check them. And when you turn the color off, it gives you a natural tendency not to keep checking those apps. This app limit practice is the best I've found, and it adds up day after day. The quote from James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, which I'll include a link to in the description, is making a choice that is 1% better or 1% worse seems insignificant in the moment, but over a span of moments that make up a lifetime of choices, determine the difference between who you are and who you want to be. If you get in the habit of compulsive phone checking and something meaningful comes along, meaningful thing requires you to divert your attention from other things that you're used to giving it to, like checking your phone, you will have to use that energy that you could be spending on the new endeavor on stopping yourself from checking your phone. because we can't travel right now, these videos have taken place from limited locations. But this is perhaps a way to make the best use of this time of restricted access and restricted geographical movement, so that when it ends, we have more energy, time, and perhaps money to travel. Thanks for watching.